What's going on, sports fans? Once again, it's Casey to go for Vernon Speak Sports. Mostly talking about Auburn football and the rest of the SEC. Want to give a shout out to my fearless and true gang, War Eagles. So now, as we start to approach the spring training, and I'm still going to talk a little bit about some of the recruits we have. Matter of fact, Cameron Brown is actually on my list. I'm really big on Cameron Brown. Reminds me a lot. Not to be cliche, but I actually looked at the film for myself, and he has a lot of Deshaun Davis's characteristics, but that's another video. Now, one thing that I'm a little concerned about is this quarterback competition that's going to be going on during the spring. I think a lot of people are prematurely ruling Malik Willis out as a starter for the Auburn Tigers. I actually had a chance to go back and look at a little film on Malik Willis and look at some of the circumstances surrounding why we kind of discounted Malik Willis. Now, first of all, we got to understand that during this particular season, Chip Lindsey tried to have his hands on the reins and, calling plays and developing schemes and things of that nature. And I'm going to be fair with you. Malik Willis did not fit in any of that, because even when I looked at film on Chip Lindsey, his offenses are not predicated towards a really legit dual threat quarterback. I think Malik Willis is the prototypical dual threat quarterback that can be effective in a Gus Malzahn run offense. Now, here's the situation. If we look back to Nick Marshall, I'm not going to compare Malik Willis to Nick Marshall because I haven't seen enough work. But when I look at his ability to explode with that run pass option, with that first step, his first step is quicker than Cam Newton's. I'm really not too sure about Joey Gatewood and Bo Nix because I haven't been able to see enough body of work to see how their first step translates at an SEC level. Malik Willis's first step translates on the SEC level. I look at film on Missouri. I look at film on Arkansas. I look at film on Mississippi State, teams that he's had a chance to actually show his skill set. Now, I think we need to just let this thing progress because Malik Willis is a viable candidate. He has the leadership because he's been around a little bit longer than Joey Gatewood and Bo Nix. Obviously, Bo Nix, just enrolled in classes. He hasn't even practiced with the guys yet. But I don't think we should discount Malik Willis too soon because I really believe that with Gus Malzahn calling the plays and Gus Malzahn actually running the offense through Kenny Dillingham, I think Malik Willis has a legitimate shot at being the starting quarterback this fall. I think it's going to be a lengthy competition. I think Gus Malzahn has the opportunity to pick and choose from a guy that he's comfortable with. For once, he doesn't have to go through the transfer portal and actually have to train a guy who's entering in August and have to get them ready by the first game. And see, here's another thing that we discount. He brought Nick Marshall in as a junior college transfer, but we really, really, truly did not know where Nick Marshall was at his optimal level until Auburn went down to College Station and played Texas A&M and pulled off a monumental victory that started the momentum towards their appearance in the national championship game. I think the advantage for Gus Malzahn this year is the fact that he's going to have all three quarterbacks in the spring. All three quarterbacks that he's going to have to play in the spring, and he's going to have some solid, what he likes to call information, so that he can make a sound decision and doesn't have to wait. Because, see, when you have a guy that comes in August, you really don't fully know his capability until, i.e., the Texas A&M game. That's when Gus Malzahn really started to see where Nick Marshall could be effective. That's where all of us saw where Nick Marshall could be effective. But see, he's got the spring, he's got some sample during the summer to where he can actually go into fall practice knowing the skill set. And on the onset, going into the Oregon game, he will already know who fits this system because he has four guys that are viable dual threat quarterback guys, and he can make the best decision on who has the most impact on the players around him. I think we're bailing on Malik Willis too soon. I'm not crowning him as the starting quarterback, but I think we need to make a educated observation as to where this thing might go. Once again, it's K2 to go for Vernon Speak Sports, mostly talking about Auburn football and the rest of the SEC. Got some more content from some other teams. I know I got some subscribers now that are from other teams like Georgia, Alabama, things like that. More content coming from those teams. But give a shout out to my fearless and true gang, War Eagle. Like, comment, and subscribe so we can get this content going, get this momentum going into the fall. You all have a great afternoon.